So guys, my first tip is to make sure that your skin is moisturized before you put your makeup on. I know it sounds very ridiculous.
Like, of course everyone does that.
But not everyone does that. And it's very important that you keep your skin moisturized with the right moisturizer. I explained about the moisturizer for skincare, so I can link that in the description box below. My second advice is to know what primer works for you. So if your skin is a very oily skin, I will try a mattifying primer. Kiko does a very nice mattifying primer. It's just not here and I just can't be bothered to show it to you. You can even try Milk of Magnesia. I'm gonna show it to you right now. So this is Milk of Magnesia. Sorry for the container, it's looking a bit but you can see the whole concept of it. Don't put too much. For me, little is more. So I would not put so much in it. I'll just make sure that it's really like into my skin, and I think that'll be perfect for my face. If you have got dry skin, you probably want to get a hydrating primer. If you have got pores, you need to get a poreless primer that helps to fill in your pores. Find the primer that works for your skin. Look at your skin. Get a mirror, look at your skin, see what your skin needs, and then through there you can find what works really well for your skin. Make sure lips are moisturized. If you're going to use a lipstick that's going to be mattifying or a glossy lipstick, make sure you just put your lip balm on. I always do it before I do anything, so that by the time I go to my lips, which is last, my lips are very moisturized. And if I put a mattifying lipstick on it, I won't get a lot of flakiness in my lips. It'll be very nice and smooth. So I always put a lip balm first. My advice is, if you have very fine eyebrows like mine, I might even do an eyebrow tutorial. I don't know, what do you think? Put a thumbs up and I might do an eyebrow tutorial for you guys. It's pretty simple how I do my eyebrows, but if you want to know, I can do it for you guys. What I do after I sketch them out and draw them in with my eyebrow brush, I will get a powder. I used to use any powder. I like to use this. It's from Collection and it looks a bit dirty, sorry. But it's really nice. It has 4 shades and I like to use the last 2 shades. I just mix it up and I just fill in my brows. It makes it look just that bit extra natural than how it is normally, and I really like the effect that it gives. And then I conceal my eyebrows. You can use any kind of concealer. Sorry, my nose. You can use any kind of concealer, but I tend to go for, on a normal occasion, a concealer that's pretty much the same skin tone as my skin. It helps to blend in so much easier for me, and I can get my foundation going quicker. Now, after my eyebrows, I do my foundation. Now, everyone has their own preference. Everyone has their own, I'm trying to find my brush. Everyone has their own preference. Everyone has their own way of doing things, but this is how I do things. So basically, get a brush, it's a bit dirty, I just used it for my tutorial, and I put a bit of spray. You could put Fix Plus, you could put water. Okay, you don't put water, but you could put water if you want to. You can use like a toning spray. This is the Breath of Fresh Air. It's really affordable, guys. It's like proper affordable, and I just get it and I just spray my brush and I just pull it on like that. You could even spray in your face, like it's just to freshen up your face. So I can even just freshen up my face. It's really good. Now my face gonna look a bit more oily. Fine. But yeah, I like to use this. It's really good, and it just helps to blend my foundation just that bit more, makes it look a bit more skin-like. It helps me to use less foundation, which is a really good plus, because these days people have been saying that my foundation doesn't even look like my foundation, it looks like my skin, because I really blend it well with a spray and I use less product than I would use before if I wasn't using a wet brush. Every time I use I use an eyeshadow, I use a primer. There's no way about doing it. If you want your eyeshadow to last long, reduce the creasing, primer is your babes. Now, you can use an e.l.f. primer. It's really affordable and cheap. I just can't find it. It's here, but I found it. This is the e.l.f. primer. It's around £4. You find them on eBay or Amazon. and this is the one from Kiko. This is like the Urban Decay one. It's really good and affordable. I really like it, and the Urban Decay is over there and I can't bother to get it, so but these are the primers that I use. I'm pretty much gonna stick to these because I think they are fine for me. They really work well. The e.l.f. primer, honestly guys, they work just as well as the Kiko one, just as well as the Urban Decay kind of one, so don't worry if you can't afford to get the Urban Decay. Just don't worry, you'll be fine. When it comes to makeup, I have a 3 eyeshadow rule. I use a transition colour which will go around here. I will use a crease colour that will go just over my eyeball. So basically, when you put your hand here on your eyeball, you feel it. Your crease colour has to go just on top, so it just goes here. And then I put a lid colour here. That is the basic that I will do. Now, I do more than that, obviously, but that is at least, if I'm literally in a rush, I will at least put 3 colours on my eye, at least. Now, once you have that transition, that crease and that colour, your eye looks different automatically. Now, I like to use a deeper colour sometimes just to cinch in just the outer V. It's basically an outer V. And I basically do an outer V with the eyeshadow. I will do a tutorial on how I do makeup and stuff soon. I'm just giving tips. So, this is the Kiko palette that I have. This one I'll use for a transition colour. This one I'll use for a crease. And this one I'll use to do the V shape mixed with this. This would say, for example, something that I could use on my eyelid, and that is a very neutral look, and you can see the shades, red undertones, and you can see how they will look on my eyes. So that is just a little tip of something that I will personally do. Powder your face. Sorry. Powder your face, guys. It sounds so crazy, but you guys need to powder your face. I'll show you the 2 powders that I really like to use. The Topaz one is nice. I would say don't cake it on, use it sparingly. It's really nice, I like it. And the MAC Mirror Light Skin Finish, I really like it. There's one from Sleek that I also like as well, but if I had to choose, I'll definitely choose this. Just much more nicer for me. For eyelashes, when you have the eyelashes, it's actually the other one I can't remember to take off, but when you have the eyelashes, you put the glue on the strip, you wait for it to tack for at least 20 seconds. Wait for it to tack, because what most people do, they put it on and they just get all this black stuff all over your eyes. If you don't want to get that, put it on the tweezer or your hand, let it dry for at least 20 seconds, place it on the middle of your eyes, and then tuck the sides in, and voila, you're done. For lips, I would say Lipliner is your best friend. These are the ones I get from LA Colors. I showed them in the whole video, but these are your best friends. You literally line them. I like to use a bit of a darker shade for my lips, a bit darker, so I'll just line them around my lips. And then I'll put my lip stick, gloss, whatever on top. Works really very well. If you have lighter shades of lipsticks, you're thinking it's not going to work really well for me, your lip liner is going to save it completely. For my cheeks, what I'll do, the tip, I'll use the colour, say for this one, I'll use a brush. I'll smile and I'll go up. Smile, I'm going to zoom in a bit. Smile and I'll go up. It just makes your cheeks look a bit more chiseled. To contour, what I like to do, I'll get a dark powder or dark foundation. I tend to use dark powders, dark eyeshadows, because there's nothing really for my skin tone because I'm quite dark. And what I like to do is turn my face. I do the fish kind of. So you guys will do the fish shape. But it's mainly where if you do this, it's a bone that is right here. It's a cheekbone. basically you're trying to make it look, you're trying to define that cheekbone. So you just need to go in between it and lift it up. So. How you basically do it. Also guys, for your mascara, I would put one coat of mascara, let it dry, and then I put another coat of mascara. It just basically helps to make it look longer. And before I put eyelashes on, I always make sure that I put at least one coat of mascara so that it can blend in more seamlessly with my eyelashes, and so that it's more harder, so when I put the eyelashes on, it's not gonna cause any budging. I have got another tip. This is actually a very, very important tip. Basically, a lot of people, they ask me this question over and over again about foundations. How do they find their shade? For black people, for women of colour, it is hard because there's not even enough shades out there and everyone's skin is different. My biggest advice that I can give anybody is try it on your skin. Literally get the foundation, pop it on your skin, rub it on your face.
Don't care if you're in Pack, doesn't matter if you're in Superdrug, doesn't matter if you're in Boots, doesn't matter if you're in MAC, doesn't matter if you're in Lancome, if you're in Chanel, doesn't matter. Put it on your face.
And to be honest, if you was in a professional place, they'll put it on your face anyway, because they know that you don't put it on your hand, because your hand is not the same skin colour as your face. Pull it on, walk around in the shop, walk around in wherever you are, come back to the shop, come back, go home, look at it. If it looks good in your skin, buy it. If it doesn't, try something else. It's all about try and error. And also, sometimes you will never find your shade, but it doesn't mean you're gonna just be like, I'm not gonna wear foundation anymore. It's just the time when you just say, you know what, let me mix. Mixing is gonna be your best friend. You have to mix different kind of foundations to find the right shade for you. Do it, because that is what's gonna work for you. If you feel like it's too red, then put something a bit more yellow in it. If you feel like it's too orange, then put a bit of, I don't know, something neutral in it. Do something that's gonna work well for your skin. Mix your foundations if you have to. So that is probably one of the best things you can do. If you feel like it's getting too red, what I did, I used a lighter concealer, so it brought away the redness of my face. Even though it's a bit red, it brought away the redness of my face. So do what works for your skin. Do what works for your skin. Try it on your face, see how it works. Does it break you out? Does it look good? Does it last long? Do it, because that is the only way you will know if this foundation is good for you. With your concealers, guys, please, I would say at least 3 shades lighter. For me personally, Toast LA Girl is probably the lightest I'll go. If I was stretching it, I'll probably put a bit of toffee. That's if I'm stretching it. But I will normally use Toast because I don't like to look lighter. I don't want to look light skinned. I'm happy with my dark skin. I'm happy with how I am, and I'm not trying to portray that I look better lighter. So I want something that's going to be good for my skin, and I think that's going to be really good for my skin. I will not go darker than 3 shades. For me personally, Toast LA Girl is probably the lightest I'll go. If I was stretching it, I'll probably put a bit of toffee. That's if I'm stretching it. But I will normally use Toast because I don't like to look lighter. I don't want to look light skinned. I'm happy with my dark skin. I'm happy with how I am, and I'm not trying to portray that I look better lighter. So I want something that's going to be good for my skin, and I think that's going to be really good for my skin. Just literally, like, you don't need to have a lighter complected under eye. Sometimes I don't like it because it looks so bright, it looks so fake, and I don't like the fake look. I want to look a bit more natural. So I think that's really good to at least go 3 shades lighter. You could go 1 shade dark, 1 shade lighter for your eyebrows, 2 shades lighter for your concealing or whatever, or 3 shades lighter for just highlighting maybe. Or do whatever you want, what that works well for your skin. Maybe you don't even need to highlight. Maybe you feel like your skin's fine, then you don't need to do that. It's fine. Do what works for your skin. Don't rely on what society says for you to do it. Just do what works well for yourself, and in that way it's gonna make you find what's best for you, if that makes sense. I think that is pretty much it. There's nothing else really I have to say. But anyway, this is my tips. Like and subscribe if you like what I did. Sorry it's a bit long, but I think it's worth it. I really think it's worth it. So yeah, have a lovely day, have a lovely evening. It's getting dark now. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Oh gosh, it's always about this hat, isn't it? Always about this hat. Always about this hat. Look at my hair. Look at these peppercorns. Look at these peppercorns though. Look at these peppercorns. They're looking quite... Ugh. I need to put earrings on. Look! In the whole video I had only one earring on. What madness. Ah, it's okay, I can live. I can live, I can definitely live, can't I?